How do you find a good occupational therapist to work with your child? Hi, my name's Callie. I'm a pediatric OT, and here are some things that really every therapist should do in order to foster success with their clients, with their students. It is hard because usually you don't get to pick your therapist unless it's like a private pay situation. But I love keeping open communication with parents. I think that's the first thing. I also love, like, if I'm struggling with something or I want to do training, I will invite the parent into our session. Now, I do that at my school where I work. I did it during when I worked at a private practice because sometimes it's just really good for carryover, me showing parents things, and also sometimes a parent being there at first like can help that relationship. I would definitely also be asking your therapist, like, hey, what can we do at home to help? So if your therapist wants you to work on, like, for example, feeding or using a spoon and fork, like, ask, like, which one should we buy? Like, what can we practice at home? I think that helps a lot. I think telling the therapist, like, my daughter loves like princesses or loves whatever kinds of toys, shows, because I like to use that stuff in my sessions and just like make it fun. And there's a lot of ways you can work on skills, like through playing through their interests. And I think all of these things are important. Um, as a therapist, you got to be able to be creative, you got to be able to be positive, and those are just some things that I bring into my sessions with kids. Hope that helps. But yeah, if the admin is telling you that the OT is not working effectively, I would just talk to the admin and be like, look, like, what can you do? Like, obviously, like, I'm willing to help on my end, but we need OT to be successful and moving in the right direction. And I'm sorry that you have to go through that, because that's not something the admin should be telling you if it's an effective like therapy team.